It's very nice to meet you, Sandalina.
Thank you so much for coming. It's an honor.
Of course, yeah. And so this is now your release. You released in January for Spotlight with Sandalina.
Yes.
And it's been a bit of a journey for you to get here, right?
Yes, it has been quite the journey. We've had some ups and downs.
Yeah. So you moved to New York to be an investment banker.
Yes.
And then you kind of decided that you hated it. It wasn't something that you wanted to do. So to me, that reminds me of Mike Ross from Suits. Have you ever seen Suits?
I love that show.
Yeah, it reminds me. And then he decided after 3 months that he did not want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So was there a moment like Mike Ross that kind of catapulted you into thinking, I can't do this anymore, I need to move on?
Yeah. I think that's a really good question. I think similar to Mike Ross in the show, it's a feeling that develops over time. I think I love the show because it depicts kind of the highs and lows of that. There's moments where he can convince himself that he wants to be a corporate lawyer, and there are moments where he realizes he's meant for something bigger. Similarly, I have felt that it's come in waves. So I think that there were times where I was trying really hard to convince myself that I just need to care about mergers and acquisitions and investment banking. And then there were those moments where reality would just come and kind of slap you in the face and be like, you're meant for something else. And I think my breaking point moment was when I had reached a breaking point health-wise. I think that was the moment where I was like, I know I've always been meant to do something bigger, something that's about more impact, something that's more community-driven. And now that my health has deteriorated, I think it's time to walk away. So that's what I did,
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you.
So what kind of led you to deciding I need to do a podcast, I need to do a talk show for more people to hear all of these voices in South Asian community?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Honestly, for the longest time, I was itching my brain because I was surrounded by the South Asian creator community in New York City, and I was so impressed by, people are acting, they're modeling, they're singing, they're dancing, and I always felt like, I don't know what my talent is, but I know that I want to connect with the community and have an impact. And I realized my talent was just talking to people, and that my talent was connecting with people. So I said, okay, I've always been somebody that's like a go-getter and wants to always do something new. I said, what if we took these beautiful stories that I've learned through my time in New York, through friends and acquaintances in the creator space, and what if we broadcasted that for the rest of the world to see too? So I think that's kind of what the genesis of the talk show was, and just really wanting to share stories. Yeah.
I love that. So if you could kind of see into the future, if you could imagine it and it went exactly how you wanted it to, where would you see Spotlight with Sandalina being in like 5 years?
Oh, that's a great question. The honest answer is I don't know where it's going to go, but everybody has dreams. Of course, I dream of, a big stage, a big South Asian and Muslim audience. I want to touch people in the masses because I really think that there's messaging in this show that's universally applicable, and I want to be able to touch the hearts of as many people as possible. So really in 5 years, I would love to just still be doing this. I hope I'm still doing this. And I hope that there are more people that have been touched with every passing day. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So last question, it's kind of a funny one.
Yeah.
You're from Silicon Valley, right?
I am from Silicon Valley.
So that's completely opposite side of the United States. So is there anything that you kind of miss now that you've been in New York for a while?
Anything that I miss? I miss being able to have a car. I'm so tired of walking in the rain in New York City and dealing with the subway delays, and don't even get me started on Uber traffic in the city, and I miss having a car. Yeah.
So are you you're locked in as a New York girly now, or are you ready to?
I would say, as for the foreseeable future, yeah. I love New York City. I feel so invigorated and alive here, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
I love that. That's like the best part about New York is it's just it's so alive all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It wakes something up in you. At least it did for me, and I couldn't be more thankful. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Sandalina.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for being here and enjoying.
Thank you for inviting us. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, actually.
Yeah.